Welcome to the next episode of our wedding gift build. I'm Ralf Finke and you're watching Pinetop Project. Here we left off the last time. I finished the rough joinery on the box itself, so let's see what's up. Next step will be the decoration of the deck lid, and I googled a 3D cube pattern on Google, and just to have a rough idea how to draw it. And as you can see, there's the deck lid at the side, where you can see that I color matched the different surfaces so that I'm able to go in the same direction with the same color, so I don't get confused with the surfaces. And here's the plan. First I tried it just rough for making a visual sample, and now we start. Ta-da! Here we are. I finished the contours. I think it looks quite good at the moment. So I go ahead and I guess I go with pink ones first because they have a straight grain, just for improving, and then I move to blue and green. So buckle up, we go on warp speed. Well, I guess it doesn't look bad for a first timer, right? So next one I will do the blue ones, right? I go a 45 angle down here. Hope it will look beautiful. So stay with me. The blue ones too, and now it's just about the greens. I will cut them in that direction, so everything has a different Yeah. Well, let's look how it turns out. So I guess the trick is really to find the right angle. The first thing is you don't want to have it straight. You just angle this one a little bit, and then you figure out at which angle this one starts to do a sweet nice cut. Okay? So I go ahead and checking in later. So, up next, I cut the board to the size. I didn't it before because it's much easier to handle if you have a bigger piece of wood than just a small piece. And I'm not satisfied with the outliners of the carving. So later on I will cut rebates around. It also supports the later look because the deck lid will not sit flush. Will be elevated, so I guess it's a good idea, and yeah, just enjoy the show. Next thing I like to do, right? I want that this goes all around, right? So I cut off this edge until this line here, you can see, right? So later it will look like this goes all around, and then I will angle this one in a 45 degree, so I have a smooth, nice transition. So let's get sewing. And later looks like this goes all around. Okay, so just go ahead. So the font is not made yet. Yes, this is a nice accent, otherwise it would look very clumsy. Okay, I'll check in later. See ya. So, in order, if you want to put a dowel here and here as a hinge, right, we need to curve this edge and to curve this edge just a little bit, that piece can move freely without hitting, because otherwise the dowel will break out. So I will go ahead with that, and once I have a fine groove, should be ready for doubling. So up next in the agenda is preparing the dowels. So I will cut them to a length, then I will taper them a little bit at both sides and sand around it just to make it a little bit smoother, that it joins freely inside the clit. So after I prepared the sanding of the towels. I mark the depth which I want to drill with tape. Yeah, let's get ready to drill some holes. Work. So, as you guess, I had to round this a little bit more up as this one and this one. So now they are like smooth, very nice feel to it. And I have my double here inside. The only way to assemble that is you put the side pieces first, right? Side piece, there's it. So, then you insert the back. I had to notch this out. I don't know if you can see this properly. This angle seems good. A little bit more than I guessed because I messed up with the hole, right? But it still looked good. It is covered with a deck lid. So, put this here. Right, then you flip it around. Sure there are no debris on the floor which can make pressure marks at the back side, and put in our front piece. Has to open the lid a little bit. So that's about it. As you can see, opens quite nicely, sits stable. Looks nice. Here you see the round edge I made, right? So there's nothing to complain about that. All in all, a little bit other than expected, than planned, but better than expected. Yeah, I like it. Opens, the right angle, goes smooth. There's even like a little bit break here. Yeah, that's it. Now we can clean this mess up, put it in an angle and glue it. Maybe not, because as you remember, this bottom plate, right, it goes here inside, and I want to put the legs through the front and through the back. So I have to keep in mind to cut that out before, otherwise later it will be hard. But quite pleased. Looks quite good. So far so good. See my marks that I know. Do you see it? Oh, I see it, right? There's the mark. It is. There's the mark. There's the mark, and there's the mark. So, yeah. The most nerve-wracking part of this work is done. Now I guess I give myself a cup of coffee. And after that we will see us again. So see ya then. So I'm back. As I told you, we at first go to put the notches for the legs, right? I want to go like 15 millimeter. So I mark 15 millimeter from this edge here. I even like to go with 20. Looks better, I guess. So the next line is the bottom line, right? So I just put the square this way, right? There is no angle correct at the moment. Just stay sure that you are flush with this line. Otherwise you will see it later. So I go ahead and do that on all four corners. So I set my marks, and now I disassemble the box, transfer this mark to the other edges, that I have a nice line, and then I will cut it out. So now we transfer this line over the edge. All for a corner. So, I'm nearly done with the sanding, right? Oh, it looks quite good. It is still the rough paper, I'm still at 80 grit, but it shows nicely the pattern. For me, I find out I didn't took care when I selected the wood. I just go over the market and pick 2 pieces of wood. But maybe if you have the time for selecting your wood very carefully, you will especially look for something like that. This is from when they plant the wood with the machine, and the grain goes in this direction, so this was against the direction, so it break off. These marks, they will stay there forever because you can't sand deep enough. So one of the most important parts from the beginning is that you take care that you have a mostly flawless piece of wood, because otherwise it will just give you a frustration. I'm lucky because there are only 2 pieces. I have it. This one is in the inside, you will not recognize, and one is at this. Wait. This is the front piece. Here in the back piece. There you can see it, right? It's not much. I'm lucky with that, and because it's on the back side, I'm fine with that. Just keep in mind, if you select your wood, take care that you have a clean, nice surface, that you don't have too much like ice in it. The small ones, they are even add to the character of the box, right? But if you have big ones, you probably want to avoid that, because it's A, hard to chisel through, and B, maybe when they dry differently they will fall off, or you don't want to do that. So next thing I went with, I was so nicely impressed how the edge turned out. You remember I edged this at first, and I thought, hey, why not doing all of them? So I did all of them, and I must say, especially if you didn't saw like 100% and you have a little break-offs at the top corners, right? It is just the right way to fix that up. So I must say I'm quite pleased with that. When you do that, you want to do it at all edges. That means I put it here too, because I put it at the deck lid too. Otherwise you would have like, here's a face, there's none. So maybe you look closely where you want to have the face, and then just go for it. It will add a nice touch to the box, and as I say, if your sawing is not that good and you have tiny break-offs in the surface, it is really a great way to fix that. Yeah. So I'm nearly 2.5 hours into sanding, and I just finished the rough sanding with the 80 grit, so you know what you are facing. So the last point I wanted to show you is, you remember the pressure mark, because this is the last piece I have to sand it. This is the piece with the mark. Oh, even hard for me to find it. So where it is? Oh, it's there. There you can see. There is still a little bit, a really little bit, but most of it is gone. So I will sand over it and just be happy about it. Learned a trick when I was apprentice. We even put the water on it, and then we took a middle hot iron and put it on the top, so it makes like a and much faster. And I must say, it was really impressive how the compressed wood came back to its normal form. So I'm good with that. I will sand this off, then I will turn to 120 grit we'll do also faces with it. And then with 150, 180, I will go only in the inside, because later when I have glued this box together, right, I will finish off the outside with the 180 and 220. So this wraps up this episode. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and next episode we do some serious Zending and glue it together. And maybe as a little bonus, we start on the bottom plate. So hope you enjoyed. If you like, subscribe, and yeah, see you next time.